All right. All right. Happy Saturday to you, my friends and my family and fellow cycle breakers. This is Pastor C, your breakthrough transformational coach. And I am back. I'm back with day 18 of 27 Days of Fire, the road to my 67th birthday. So today we're going somewhere a little different. So today I want to talk to you about a memory that was really fun, exciting, and I'm telling you, it was very beautiful. But it still carried a powerful lesson for me, one that I want to share with you on today. So, listen, I had the opportunity to go to Hawaii with my husband and a group of friends, right? And when I say Hawaii was amazing, I mean amazing. I mean, we went by cruise, and listen, that alone was an experience. The culture on the ship, the staff knew your name, the food was nonstop. And not just the food, the presentation of the food. I'm talking fruit carved into designs, beautiful displays. I mean, desserts that look too good to eat, really. I mean, really. And every day, because we were going by cruise, we got to see different islands, different scenery, different atmosphere, and different culture, period. I mean, Hawaii is something else. If you ever get a chance, if you haven't been, you need to go. The air feels different. The people are so warm. The land is alive. Only thing I didn't like was all the chickens that were running around. But one of the most unforgettable things we did was ride bicycles down the side of a volcano. Yes, down a volcano. I hope I can say this name right. Mount Haleakala, right? And it was a dormant volcano. So, there was no lava or nothing like that. But anyway, we got into a van. Our day started off by getting into a van and we drove miles up that volcano, the side of that volcano. And I mean, high up above the clouds. And we picked our bikes and we got our gear and before we started, we had time to take pictures. Now, our guide was very personable, very interactive, very animated, and she showed us a pose. One person sits on the bike and the other stands on the bike tire, striking some type of pose or just stand up, just victoriously standing up there. So now people were taking turns, some did it and some opted out. And then the guide looked at me and said, since you're older, I know you probably don't want to do this or you probably can't do this. And you can just, stand beside the bike, or you can just opt out if you want to. That's okay because we understand. What? Opt out? One thing about passive is you don't assume that I can't do something now. All right. And something rose up in me. I mean, my adrenaline kicked in and I said, oh no, oh no. So my husband took his position on the bike and I put my hand on his right shoulder and I jumped up and put my right foot on that back tire and I balanced myself. And while I got there, in the second time, I said in my mind, I could hear her say, too old, right? And then I said back in my mind, let me show you. And with everything in me, I threw my left leg out like a ballerina and I held it there. Picture was taken and the moment was captured. Now, for all of you people out there who are skeptics and think that Pastor C just be sitting here making up stuff, I got the picture and I got the proof. So let me show it to you. And there it is. That's me. My husband's on the bicycle, and that's me after jumping up on that bicycle and throwing my leg out. Now, was the lady surprised? Yes, she was very surprised. Everybody gave me a big applause after that one, right? So let me tell you, um, there is fire in that moment. And this is what the fire revealed, right? People will try to define your limits, based on what they see, okay? Not based on what's in you. And if you're not careful, you'll start agreeing with what they think are your limitations. And you know what? You'll find yourself opting out, not because you can't, but because someone suggested that you shouldn't. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, don't let someone's perception become your limitation. And hear me, my friends, this goes beyond a bike on a mountain or a bike on the volcano. I ain't even going to try to pronounce it again, right? Some of you have been told you're too old, it's too late, you missed your window, you can't do that anymore. But God never said that. And Jeremiah 29:11, it still stands. It stands for me and it stands for you too, because God's plan for your life doesn't expire with age. Age is a number and it doesn't shrink with an opinion from somebody else. Now, if it's still in you, it's still possible. And it was still in me, so it was still possible. All right. So let me ask you something today. Where have you been tempted to opt out because of what someone said about you? What someone said you could or couldn't do, right? You know, where have you started shrinking back? I mean, playing small, pulling your name out of rooms you once knew you belonged in, not because you lost the ability, but because someone planted doubt in your mind. Where have you talked yourself out of trying, out of starting, out of stepping up because a voice, whether theirs or now your own, kept whispering that you can't? Where have you allowed time, age, past mistakes, or other people's opinions to convince you that what God placed inside of you no longer matters? And be honest with yourself. Is it really that you can't do it? Or have you just been conditioned to believe that you shouldn't? Because some of you still have dreams, dreams sitting on the shelf, ideas you haven't acted on, opportunities you walked away from, not because the door closed, but because you stepped back. And hear me, what God placed in you did not expire. So I need you to ask yourself, what would I go after if I stopped listening to the limitations around me? Ooh, that's deep, right? Let me ask you, say it again, and ask yourself this question. What would I go after if I stopped listening to the limitations around me, right? Stop listening to what they said. Stop listening to what they said I couldn't do and just do it, right? So if you're ready to stop limiting yourself, drop some fire in the comments, right? Because the fire will reveal this too. You're capable of more than you think and more than you've allowed yourself to believe. Well, this is day 18 of 27 days of fire, the road to 67. And I'll see you tomorrow. Listen, don't don't you dare opt out. Instead, step up. This is Pastor C and your friend, and you to have a very blessed, can't bring my picture back. I want you to have a very blessed and a very prosperous weekend. Have a blessed Sunday. I'm going to see you back here tomorrow with day 19 of the 27 days of fire, the road to 67. And you all see that you have my ticker going across there. And this is because I had a couple people ask me for my Cash App. And thank you all so much for your gift to me. I appreciate that. They asked me for my Cash App. One of my friends said you need to post your Cash App and your Zelle just in case somebody wants to be a blessing. But let me tell you something. This coming on here is not about money for me. If you want to bless me, fine. If you don't, that's fine too, because my job, my assignment is just to show up every day, share a memory that hopefully that you will learn from as I have learned from it, because that's what the fire reveals. God bless you all, and you all have a blessed Sunday. Go out and give God some praise tomorrow and let God be lifted up in everything that you do. God bless you. Until tomorrow.